Alright, what is up, YouTube duelists? How you guys doing on this happy Wednesday? Got another duel for you guys today. It's more Diva Hero. Today we're playing against my best friend, Rhino2510. He's also the co-captain of my team. In some Edison formats. I'm playing more Diva Hero, and he is playing the Monster Mash. This is a deck that I'm not sure if he saw someone play and he made his own variation of it, or quite how this went down. You're going to see that he sets the Dandelion, and then he changes his mind. So he actually forgot to draw a sixth card there is what we're seeing. So he draws in the Bayou. He's got the Grepper, he's got Ryza, Magical Merchant, Gallus, and he's going to opt to set the Dandelion again. So he's got some plays, he's got some things he can do. We draw the Future Fusion. So obviously that's going to be the first thing we do is use that Future Fusion. I'm going to just think for a second here, figure out what I want to do, how to map this out. It's kind of a bad hand until we drew that Future Fusion, and then it opens up a lot of plays. So what we opt to do here is we Future Fusion, and we're going to send the two best possible cards from our deck from that Future Fusion here. We're going to send, I believe, Malicious and Treeboard Frog. Yep, Treeboard. And then we send Malicious, because it has to be a hero. Alright, and then we're going to banish that there Malicious to special Malicious from the deck. This is just such a strong opening. If we had more to play with here, it'd be better. So there's another Malicious. We're now going to tribute this Malicious for the Kaias. Banish his Dandelion. He's going to get 2 tokens anyways. Oh no, never mind, because it's got to be sent to the graveyard. So then we just swing for 24 direct. And then we're going to set this Wing Blast and pass. Draws in the Plague, which is a pretty good draw for him, honestly. But he's going to opt to play around this back row here a little bit. The way that Rhino2510 and I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Was we played a lot of stun when we were younger. So we just instinctively play around back row, even when there's times when we don't need to. We just know to play around Gorz, Tricodia, back row, current more relevant formats. We all play around all the hand traps as best we can. Stuff like that's really good to learn. But in this format, it's playing around Gorz is probably the most important part. Because there's not a whole lot of back row that you can really interact with. A lot of the times you're just setting Raikou or you're trying to trade 1-for-1 with the back row. In this format, it's just really important to prevent yourself from getting 2-for-1. And then from that Gallus, he mills to Ryza, so I lose 1200. Gallus is kind of a cool card. I really like Gallus. He's going to tribute for Ryza, stack my Kaias. Gonna try to lock me out of the game through that. Just make sure I keep drawing awkward. Which is actually a legitimate strategy, as we saw in my other Diva Hero video. I get Ryza, and then I get Wing Blasted, all in that Snowman Eater. So Kaias goes back to the top, gets in with Ryza, swings for 24. I take it. No reason to activate this Wing Blast now. We got a lot of stuff we don't really want to discard. We've got, Treeborn and Malicious Engrave. Our Future Fusion's kind of blocking our Treeborn a little bit. But if he gets rid of that Future Fusion, we end up using this, we just get this free Treeborn every turn. And really, we don't want to draw it anyways. So sending it off that Future Fusion turn 1 was pretty good. Here, I'm just going to fire off this Brain Control and take his Ryza. It's also important to note if you play Edison on Dueling Book, Brain Control has its errata. This last part where it says that can be normal summoned or set doesn't actually matter for Edison format. We play with the original printing of the card, not the errata. Same thing with Sangan. Any of those cards that got an errata. So, mulling things over. When it's my standby, I like to put a counter on Future Fusion just to let me know it's been 1 turn. Fire off this Brain Control, take the Ryza. Gonna get in there for 24. And then this is a little bit of an awkward play, but I don't want him to get this Ryza back. And I don't want to Wing Blast. So we're going to actually summon my Kaius over it. Then Kaius is a mandatory if this card is tribute summoned. So we actually banish itself, and he takes another 1,000. Now we know we got future fusion's going to resolve on my standby. We've got this wing blast. We've got a torrential to fall back on, and then hopefully we'll get to dad, but it's not looking very likely. As 2 of our darks have been banished already. But he had no other back row or anything to banish with Kaya. So he's going to summon Grapher. I believe he discards the Vayu here. And then he's going to send a Sirocco. That's what I believe he does. We'll see exactly what he does. We were talking on Discord at the time of this video, so that's why sometimes there's a little bit more of a pause in between our plays. So we just talk about different lines, you know, should I do this, should I do that, and try to come up with the best possible plays for every single turn for both of us. So he's going to Grapher. I believe he sends, discards Vayu. He sends. I'm thinking about Wing Blasting the Grapher, which if I would have done that, it actually wouldn't have been bad. He wouldn't have been able to do anything, and I just won with the 0. But him sending stuff over, it's not really that big of a deal. He can't deal with F-Zero when it comes out anyways. He's got the debris, but really he can't get anything back if he leaves. Yeah, there's nothing he can bring back with debris. Debri's 500 less. So me banishing that Dandelion early on in the game pretty much made this debris a dead draw. I mean, he could have discarded Plague off of Grapher there, and then he could have made a play with debris next turn. He's going to attack for 17. I'm going to take the 17. And he's going to declare an attack with Iron Wing. I checked to see how many darks I have in grave. And I'm going to fire off this Wing Blast and put this Armed Wing back. It's not really threatening us yet, but I don't want him to make a level 8 at all. Because I know we have Ab-Zero coming out. I don't want to take the chance that maybe he has Plague. He can discard off the Grapher next turn if I don't swing over it for some reason, or anything like that. So stay in my phase, second turn Future Fusion, Ab-Zero comes out. Main phase 2, battle phase, we're just going to go swing into the fences, 800. Main phase 2, we're going to set this Dimension Prison. And just in case he can do something wonky like make a Stardust or a Catastor or something like that. He draws in the Gores, and I believe he just scoops it up, and we had the game 2. Oh, no, he doesn't, actually. I think he sets the Magical Merchant now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, he sets the Magical Merchant. Maybe he can draw into something. If I don't get another monster, it's not game. And then I top deck Armageddon, and it's going to be exact game. So, summon the Armageddon Knight when you activate the effect. Just thin the deck out a little bit just in case he's got something. So we're going to send that Plague, which gives us the option to go into like Brio or, you know, Goyo, any level 6. So we're going to swing in the correct order here too. If we swing with the Armageddon Knight first and it ends up being like a hamster or something like that, we're not actually going to end up with game. So we want to swing with Ab-Zero first and then swing with the Armageddon Knight. And then we're going to do just that. He wants to see, you know, what he mills or whatever. It's kind of interesting to see in this deck. Like, it's a cool deck. So that goes off. He's going to mill till he gets a spell. So he's milling the Bayou, Debris, Gallus. He's just milling all kinds of stuff. And he gets Heavy Storm. Which, honestly, if he would have had 100 life points more, that Heavy Storm would have probably wrecked me. Because I swing for this 14 and he could drop the Gores, and then Heavy gets rid of that, but it wipes his field, but then he's got Debris Dragon. He now has, I believe, a target for it. Yeah, he's got the Magical Merchant as a target, so he can make something if he goes like Debris, or he could just discard Summon Plague, and the stuff he could do, I guess. And I got the Deep Prison, show him the Torrential. talking about could have done this, could have done that. He gets gets to replay. We go to siding. I don't think either one of us sides, and we go to game two. And then this hand isn't horrible. I mean, there's things we can do. We keep opening with this Dark Arm Dragon though, which isn't always the best, but we like to see it. And this hand looks very similar to our last hand, but we don't have the Future Fusion to buy it out. So we're going to summon Dark Armed, or summon Armageddon Knight, my bad. And his hand's not really all that great either. He's not doing much of anything. Gonna send the Malicious here. Reason we send the Malicious, if he answers this Armageddon Knight, which is, easy to answer, we can then banish Malicious to grab Caius. I mean, we got the Deep Prison to kind of back it up. We don't want to send the Wing Blast yet. There's no reason to. There's nothing we really want to discard in our hand anyways to chain it. So, he's going to Gale, half me down to 700. Swing over for 6. And I'm a big fan of using these counters just to keep track of all that. And I'm going to Deep Prison here. Because Gale can be pretty scary, to be honest. It deals with everything on a 1-for-1 trade. It deals with absolute 0 1-for-1. It deals with Caius. Almost deals with Dark Arm Dragon, but not quite. And maybe we did side. I don't think I made. Maybe I main deck 1 Dust Tornado. I'm not 100% sure. I might main deck the 1. And we're gonna just go attack for 700. He helps lots to use the Battle Fader. I'm probably would have used the Battle Fader just so I have tribute fodder. Draws in Dark Smorg, which that card is actually terrifying against us if he can resolve it. He just passes. We go draw Foolish Burial. Now we can do some crazy shenanigans here. I don't remember exactly what we send, but we have. I think I send the Plague, and then we do Malicious and Plague. Yep. Just make a big guy. I think we make Stardust. So doing this actually will lock us out of this Caius in our hand a little bit. But we're still going to have 2 Darks in the graveyard after stacking for Plague, because Plague's going to get banished. We stack the Miracle Fusion here, and then we synchro 8. Both get banished, which kind of... Plague gets banished here, which kind of blows, but we still have this Armageddon Knight. We're going to have the level 8, and then we have Dust Tornado, and then we even could possibly have Wing Blast backing it up. I remember we talked about what exactly is best to go in here. I wasn't sure if I should go Thought Ruler, if I should go Stardust, if I should go something bigger, and I opt to go Thought Ruler. This may be incorrect, but I just wanted to push for damage. And here he's going to do that Battle Fader. And then I haven't actually normal summoned yet, so we got the Caius to remove it. That was actually pretty smart by me. He's going to take 1,000. And then we got 2 Darks here, so if they answer either card here, if they answer Caius, they answer a Thought Ruler, we have Dark Arm Dragon next turn. So we just kind of set up pretty nice here, and he's going to set another Vayu, and it just doesn't do anything, unfortunately. He's not drawing any of his starters. Top deck that Miracle Fusion we knew about. And I think we just swing. There's no reason to really do much else. We're not being pressured on board. I mean, maybe he has Gores, so we attack with the 27 first. Okay, just another right. Nothing to worry about. And then we go Caius for 24. Yep. And then we just pass our turn. There's no reason to commit anything else to the board. I think about setting this Wing Blast, but there's really no reason to. I have no protection for it should anything happen. Using a Gallus here. Let's see what happens. Reiko. So I take 400. And then that gives him the option to Caius or Ryza here. I believe he does opt for the Caius, targeting my own Caius. Yeah, or actually, I think he Caiuses the thought roller here. Yeah, he does. Then I burned for 1,000. And it really wouldn't have mattered then there if I made Stardust when I made this card or anything else. He's still gonna Caius it away. He crashes. See his graveyard. He's got the 3 dark, so he's got a dad of his own next turn. But we have the Wing Blast to resolve that. No big deal. I drop Brain Control. Not doing much action here. I think I actually just pass here. I do. I just pass. I don't let him know that I have the dark card. We have a healthy life total. He's in a harder spot than I am. I draw anyway to deal another 1,000, 1,100 damage, and we're just golden, and that's I have the brain control to do that. I've got Dark Arm Dragon in my hand. He's gonna Dark Arm Prio for 1. Believe he banishes the Caius, pops my Dust Tornado. It wasn't doing us anything anyways. So yeah, I must main deck 1 copy of Dust Tornado. There's no way I bring in Dust Tornado against this deck because I already knew it was Monster Mash. I knew that before we started this game. He said he wanted to try a couple games with it. He sets the Plague. And this is where he gets the turn for the worst. I go dad, brain control his dad. And then we just pop and swing for game. And then if he has Gores, I've got 2 other darks. I can pop for Gores. Pop the token, and then I would pop his dad at the end. Yep, and that's just going to be the game. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hit that like and subscribe for me if you like what you're seeing. If you have any comments, hit me up with comments. Let me know how things are going. If you want to see any other videos, I do play some Master Duel here. We play Goats sometime. I'm open to all that stuff. If you want to play games against myself, also open to that. If you play a game with me, I'm also open to you helping out with commentary. Just hit me up with some comments below, and hope you guys have a great Wednesday. Catch you later.